Hi everybody, Andrew Cuneo here. Today I'm going to be playing in day one of the Arena Qualifier weekend. This is an Alchemy Best of 3 event. You got to get to 7 wins before you get 2 losses in order to make day 2, and then day 2 you got to do it again. So it's quite hard to advance through this tournament. I'm going to be playing a Bant control deck that I made a video about that I posted, well, yesterday, relative to when I'm recording this. This is the deck. I'm not going to go into the deck too much. If you want to know more about, how the deck is constructed, go watch that other video or watch the video on the blue-white deck, which also contains a lot of the information. This is hopefully going to be quite a long video because it's going to be a lot of rounds of Magic. So hopefully I do well and we get a nice long video. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. So on the draw, I'm going to keep this hand. It's not great, but I've got 2 Scry lands to hopefully get me to a play for turn 2 or turn 3. And then I'll have the Wandering Emperor on turn 4, which, if they don't have too good of a start, should be enough to buy me some time to get to my late game. I think I need a second Wandering Emperor. I'm expecting to play against an extensive number of red-black decks today. I'm going to discard this. And I think I'm going to let them get a card from the other one. Ooh, Syncopate, nice. This card, Crucius, I think is probably going to be the most popular card in the tournament. It is quite good and appears to be very popular. Alright. So far we haven't seen the card they got out of my deck. They didn't play it as a land. And they didn't discard it. I think I still want these Broker's Charms. It's a little bit scary that we haven't seen the card yet because they might have gotten like a Discover the Formula, which would be really bad for me, or Syncopate. Let's see if they play Scared. They didn't. They might have, a follow-up and wanted me to tap mana. They might not have been thinking about the Wandering Emperor. They might just have another Crucius. I think I maybe should have put one of these Crossroads on white. I wasn't thinking about the fact that now I'm going to have to take pain to play Broker's Charm. I was thinking I wanted double blue. Then I wanted double white. My life total's high enough that probably that's not going to make the difference. My life total is no longer as high as it once was. I want to do this on my turn. I would like to make a land drop this turn. So this is a 2-color Crucius deck. A lot of them are 3 colors. This is annoying. That was a really good draw. Do I want to go after graveyards? I don't think so. Usually the reason to go after graveyards is that they're playing 3 colors and they have Jarsel. They could have a symbol from the elements in their deck, but I'm exiling the Hourglass Coven, so it's not that scary immediately. Fables and Mirror Breaker are coming for me. Definitely a little bit concerned with how much damage I'm potentially going to take if they have another Invoke Despair this turn. Okay, there's the card that got out of my deck, the Deserted Beach, so we don't have to be scared of that anymore. And their hand might not actually be that good because they just discarded a whole bunch of garbage. So their hand is probably just random cards at this point, rather than being particularly strong. I'm going to try to trade with one of these goblins. It might not work. Doesn't really matter. I will be getting Farewell out of my graveyard. I think I'm going to need that. If they want to play a removal spell on this, that's fine. I'm going to play Broker's Charm to draw 2, regardless of what they do this turn, I think. Scary thing here is if they have Invoke Despair, I'm going down to 6. I do have ways to gain life in my deck. They might not want to just tap out for Invoke Despair. They might be worried that I have a counter. I like the way this is starting. Okay. I like that that's all that's happening. Definitely could have gone for, you know, a spell. Counter or something? No, they're just doing more cycling. Okay. We know they've got more Invoke Despairs, but they haven't shown up yet. Seems like they're getting kind of flooded. Good news for me. I want the Syncopate in my deck. Yeah, I think I actually do. I think I'm going to have enough lands that I can probably Syncopate and Invoke Despair as the game goes on. Alright, now we're looking to be in pretty good shape. Discover the Formula was definitely the card to find. I'm going to let them have Crucius for at least a turn just because I want to spend my mana on Discover the Formula here. I am risking that they're going to improve their hand, because their hand seemed quite bad. But Discover the Formula is worth casting. Put this on white. I'm just going to untap. I'll play Sunset Revelry. So this, I'm really just looking to buffer my life total so I don't get burnt out by Invoke Despairs. Definitely at this point I can afford to discard 2 cards to an Undercity Plunder. I don't think I'm going to lose this game by running out of cards. I'm going to continue with my analysis that I'm not going to lose this game by running out of cards. So they're going to get a Blood Tithe Harvester, I would assume, here, and then I'm going to play a Wandering Emperor and exile it before it gets to untap. They have, maybe they don't have Blood Tithe Harvester in their deck. If they have a Braids and Brotherhood's and Undercity Plunder, it's possible that they actually don't. It appears that they either had broke their spirit or they didn't want to show me that they don't have it. Against someone who has Undercity Plunder in their main deck, I definitely want more card drawing. I think I want Fable or Farewell. I don't like Depopulate so much against these red-black decks. Should I go like that, or should I have another Fragment Reality? You know what? I'm going to shave a Fateful Absence for Fragment Reality. I'm going to gamble that they both don't have any Planeswalkers, which usually the Crucius decks don't, and also that they don't have Blood Tithe Harvesters. I have a play on turn 2, a play on turn 3, and then I would presumably have a play on turn 4 if I find a 4th land. I'm very likely to wind up having to discard some of these cards. I certainly don't want a mulligan, though. Discarding Commencing, it is. That's the easy one. I think I'm discarding the Wandering Emperor, too. I'm just going to keep my draw twos. And my Syncopate. So they had to mull. And now they don't have anything. I'm liking my position quite a lot. Sadly, that's going to resolve. As long as they don't duress me, I think I'm going to be in good shape. If they duress me, and, well, I guess they can't go duress plus Invoke Despair. They don't have enough black mana. City Stalker, kind of see where that is fine. Definitely pitching this Farewell. I think I'm going to pitch the Fragment Reality as well. And then I'm going to play the Wandering Emperor. Just make it 2/2.
Run away. Keep watch for intruders. Remember your training.
I didn't want to give them a card out of my deck because I think if this resolves, I'm going to win. So there's a danger that if I give them a card out of my deck, they just get an Undersimplify or a Syncopate. This is just one of those situations where I think my deck gets to the point where my cards are so much more powerful than my opponents, I don't want to give them cards out of my deck. The real way that I lose this matchup is that they just resolve enough discard and I never start resolving any card drawing. But once I get to the point where I am resolving card drawing, I think their deck can't keep up. I mean, they're resolving some card drawing. They've resolved their best card twice. So they are doing stuff. It's not... I haven't completely run away with the game. But assuming I get decent spells off Discover the Formula, I think I'm going to be in very good shape. Those honestly weren't the best. They're not horrible, though. If we wind up going to a game 3, I will board in a Disdainful Stroke. Given that I know that they now have Connoisseurs and Invoke Despairs. And I also haven't seen any Duresses. Duress is like one of those cards that makes me not love playing with Disdainful Stroke. I think I should maybe just get Farewell. Now that I have this Memory Deluge in my hand. I was originally planning on getting Discover the Formula. A little bit scared they might have another Invoke Despair in their hand, but I can't really do anything about it, so. This is what we're doing. I can't... There isn't any sort of fancy play I can make with these Fragment Realities. If I fragment my own Saiba Syphoner, there's nothing in my deck I get. Playing Farewell both gets rid of the creatures. It also gets rid of the 2 blood, which the 2 blood are almost worth cards at this point because they have all the lands they need. So any subsequent lands they draw, we're going to just get fed to the blood. Alright, that's kind of bad for me. I don't have the Sunset Revelries in my deck anymore. So I can gain life, but it's just through the Wandering Emperor at this point. That's a good target for Fragment Reality. Guess I should have waited till the end of their turn to fragment that. Didn't realize they were still going to get to play a land and scry. Really minor mistake, but still a mistake. And they scried top. That's not good for me. I think if they plunder me, I'm just going to discard both my cards and then I'll flash Black Memory Deluge end of turn. If they just go for Invoke Despair here, I'll be playing Memory Deluge to try to find a Wandering Emperor to not die. Swarm Saboteur. This is potentially a very strong card for them. So I die if they find their 4th Invoke Despair. Down to 2. Alright, it's not pleasant. I only have 1 Farewell left in my deck as well. You got ward, ward, ward. They're fully warded up. Those will play. I wonder if they have creatures in their graveyard. They have Shieldred. They can try to just... Well, they can put me to 1. Putting me to 1 isn't that scary. If I'd been at 1 life, I actually might have exiled graveyards because of this exact issue. How many Saiba Syphoners have I've had 1 exiled? They are going to put me to 1. They slow rolling a backup Trespasser. They're playing a Forsaken Crossroads. We've gotten a lot of scrying done this game. Bottom. So even if I whiff on this, I could Saiba Syphoner back a Fragment Reality. I definitely whiffed. I'm going to pitch my Undersimplify. And I'm gonna have Otawara. I can potentially Otawara back a Saiba Syphoner. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. do not want to attack. They didn't draw us another Swarm Saboteur. Maybe I should do this actually pre-combat. In case they did. They're pre-blocking. I lived. Alright, they're finally out of gas. Let's find out. I have so few Wandering Emperors left in my deck, which is a little bit scary. I do have a Witness the Future left in my deck, which I would like to use to put some Wandering Emperors into my deck. I'll allow it. How many cards do I have in my hand? I'm gonna have to discard 2.
Learned much during my trap.
Just want lands. All I want is lands. I think I'm gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if I play against black decks every single round. Black is the overpowered color in this format for sure. Lands, please. You're not lands. Wow, that Syncopate is calling to me, but I think I need lands more than I need a Syncopate. I was thinking it'd be nice to find some lands. I want An untapped land or a green land? I think I want a green land. No, that's not that scary. Of all the 3-drops they could have resolved, that's one of the most friendly. So we got 4 damage on layaway in the brush strokes at this point. I guess I actually want this land as well. Obviously, I can use Broker's Charm to destroy this enchantment part of Sanguine Brushstroke, but it's really not worth it. Opponent's getting their scry on. I forgot to pay attention to whether this goes to the top or the bottom. Pretty good strategy on my part. Alright, that's going to be good enough to get me to farewell, I think. I do not need to farewell graveyards in this position. Actually, is it good enough to get me to farewell? Actually, it's not. I'm going to play Discover the Formula first. Or maybe... I'll just play the Wandering Emperor. I think I'll just play the Wandering Emperor. They have Deadly Dispute. That would be the scariest thing here.
Anyone who harms my people must confess.
Deadly Dispute or Invoke Despair is always scary too. It's not that scary on this board though. Like I would go to 14 and they would draw 2. And I would lose the remains of my Wandering Emperor. It's not that bad for me. This enough to farewell? I think it is. You lose everything, opponent. I leave you with nothing. Got more despair for me? They always have it. So far we haven't seen any 1-drops. They're playing the kind of deck that might have 1-drops. I'm still going to fragment this though. Whatever the 1-drop is, it's going to be less scary than the 3-2. They don't have 1-drops. It was a lot less scary than a 1-2. There we go. We've Sunset Reveled. I suppose if I had waited on the Fragment Reality, I could have gotten the 2 1/1s. I don't know that really having 2 1/1s is particularly important for me. And the way that my mana works out, now I'm going to get to play Discover end of turn. Whereas if I had tried to play Fragment and Sunset Revelry on my turn, I would have been able to do that. I would have had to cast Discover first, which means I wouldn't have Syncopate available for Invoke Despair number 3. Like, the upside of having 2 1/1s just really doesn't make it worth playing differently. Oh, they're playing this build of this deck, I see. Have to have the disputes in their deck. Interesting. I don't really feel under a lot of pressure to kill Crucius. I know I'm sitting here with these 2 Fateful Absences that I could kill it. I'm just not that worried about it, though. Like, the only cards that I think they have left in their deck that really do much are Invoke Despairs. And we're going to syncopate one of them right here. We're 5. They do have this research desk in their graveyard, but I'm gonna leave graveyards intact because of Saiba Syphoner. I want to Saiba Syphoner back my Discover the Formula, or maybe the Farewell if they really flood the board with a bunch of stuff. If they dump their whole hand on the board, next turn I would probably Farewell again. I think they're thinking about what to do with their blood token, I guess. That's the worst card in their hand, is a Mishra's Research Desk? That's terrifying. Another Invoke Despair. I can't Saiba Syphoner Syncopate it. I think I should probably Fateful Absence this guy. You brought backups. Is that all 4 of them? Actually, only 3. I think there's 3. Syncopate this. I could run out of stuff to do pretty easily if I do. I think instead I'm just going to play the Syphoner, get back, discover the formula, and then let this resolve. I'm at 11, which is not a low life total, and they've used all 4 of their Invoke Despairs, and now they have their 4th Crucius. The one thing they haven't used a lot of is Oni called Anvils, and they've used 2 Sanguine Brushstrokes. The deck can't have that many spells left in it. Bloodtithe Harvester. I suppose it's possible that I could find an Undersimplify, which I would want to use to counter that. Where's Syncopating? I don't think so. I can just cycle the Spara's headquarters instead. Wait, did I not have enough mana to cycle? I guess I didn't. Oops. Alright. I really hope their deck is about out of damage. I like that they're doing this. They're not... They're like playing, they're half playing around Wandering Emperor. So like they're maximizing the downsides while not dealing me any damage. They're gonna run out of cards at this point. Like the Crucius is, how valuable is this Crucius? They only have 14 cards left in the deck. Sanguine Brushstroke. That would require a Syncopate for 3. Still probably actually worth it though. That would require a Syncopate. No, this is a treasure, this is a treasure? Wait, we can just undersimplify this. I really wish that... Oh, this is a treasure, not a clue. In my mind, I was thinking for clue tokens. I make this mistake a lot. Should I save my Fragment Reality for only called Anvils? Yeah, I should. Formula. What's it got going on?
I'm never done for good. We must protect the people.
No, I could undersimplify that, but I just don't really care about it very much. They're gonna run out of cards, I think. Like, they're gonna run out of damage in their deck. Another Sanguine Brushstroke. That's fine. You can get me to 8 now. I can get me to 7. We're getting Farewell, obviously. Guess they can put me to lower than 7 if they sack the construct to the anvil. I think they get me to 6. I think if I spent 4 mana on trying to bounce the Saiba Syphoner back to my hand with Otawara, they would just play a removal spell and kill it. I guess they're fairly likely to just play a removal spell and kill it anyway. In which case I will Otawara it. They have like a Brushstroke and 2 Oni Cult Anvils left in their deck, probably. Probably another Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Haven't been counting those. Put me to 5, but I think the Blood Tithe Harvester is easier to deal with than the Cult Anvil. Could have undersimplified that to Make it a 1 power guy. I don't think I needed to do that though. That's rude. I might actually lose this game. But I tend to think probably not. Yeah, 2 lands ain't gonna do it. That does a little bit. That does a lot. This has been a marathon. Is this only the 2nd round? I feel like I've lost track of what's going on. They only had 2 cards left. They'd had enough. Alright, obviously we want another Farewell. That card was great in that game. I think I want Pithing Needles. This is in case they board in Planeswalkers. Also, you can Pithing Needle Mistress Research Desk. Like Portable Hole. Actually, I oftentimes don't like Fragment Reality in this matchup, but I think it's probably better than... because they don't have 1 mana creatures. Didn't love Undersimplify that game. Hate Depopulate. Want like a Syncopate. Just to give me something that in a long game I can counter and Invoke Despair. As we saw that game, I think they resolved 2 or 3 Invoke Despairs and I fought through them. It's not ideal. I'm assuming they're not going to go crazy on the discard. Maybe I do want a Memory Deluge as well. Let's try that. This is not the hand that dreams are made of, but Farewell's the most important card in this matchup. And I hate mulligan against people who I know are just going to have discard in their deck. My deck's happy to make land drops. Play this. We'll bluff like we might be playing a 2-mana Saiba Syphoner, even though I drew a Syncopate, so I can't. Ooh, they had Duress into miss my land drop into Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which is getting syncopated. Crucius also getting syncopated. I can play a 1-mana sync, or I can play Syncopate for 1 this turn with the Saiba Syphoner. Pretty nice. I'm not even going to Syncopate that. It just doesn't do enough. Just cycle the Spara headquarters. And a continuing quest to find spells I can play. So I've got Siphoner, Get Back, Farewell if I want it. Siphoner, Get Back, Syncopate if I want it. put a stop to that. Syncopate for 2. I'm not going to bother putting Blood Artist in Portable Hole. As we saw in the first game, they just don't get very many Blood Artist triggers, because my deck just doesn't have very many creatures in play for them to kill. They're going to get to fix their hand some. And put it at 16. I could have syncopated that. I don't think it was worth it, though. Much rather save my Syphoner to either get back Farewell or to syncopate Invoke Despair this turn. I might want to Farewell next turn. Next is a problematic card.
You don't stand with me. You're my enemy. I'm not afraid of any of you. Go sow some chaos.
Really wish I'd found a card drawing spell. Going 12 here, and I got 4 more damage. Brush strokes. I'm gonna play this, and I'm just gonna take 2 more from the Blood Nixilus. I want to be able to play Syncopate and potentially Fateful Absence this turn.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
I might wind up Fateful Absencing one of my own Saiba Syphoners. I have to see what happens. Brushstroke number 3. Ugh. Now I'm in trouble. If I played that Fateful Absence at the end of their turn, I could have gotten out of this. Ugh. Oh, I see how I can still get out of it. Need to Fateful Absence my own guy.
No one beats me and survives.
Dead unless I find the Wandering Emperor on top of my deck. This went bad fast. Wandering Emperor. Don't see anything that makes me want to change anything. I don't think so. I'm not going to play a turn 1 Needle, I don't think. Play tap land instead. This way if I draw Syncopate or one of my joint, whatever it's called. Play that next turn. Obnixil is the adversary. Really hope I draw a card drawing card next turn. Come on, Bonkers Charm. I don't have good feelings about this game, though. I'm getting Sekenzen to turn 4. Very aggressive. Please don't invoke despair upon me. I think I'm going to exile artifacts in addition to creatures. keep another Pithing Needle in my hand, and this cuts them off of some mana to be able to do things next turn. Also, they already discarded one Ob Nixilis. They would have had to have drawn another one in like the top 5-ish cards of their deck. And it wouldn't be that bad for me if their turn was like creature Ob Nixilis casualty. I would take some damage, but I would be able to counter what's going on their side of the board for 1 mana. That's another thing that's needleable. It's also just not that scary. This, on the other hand, I do not like. Ugh. Please don't play Invoke Despair. Dead. Alright, round 3. That last one hurt, because I think that the second game, there was a line that I could have won with, but, I mean, it required playing my Fateful Absence on their Blood Artist, and the only reason to do that was if I drew my third and final copy of Saiba Syphoner, which I don't think was worth playing towards. This is probably going to be a rough one. I don't like it when my opponents have blue in their deck. I do like it when they don't have 2-drops in their deck, and I just get to play Fragment Reality on a 3-drop with no downside. What do you want to bet this opponent has Invoke Despair in their deck as well? They always do.
Now keep watch for intruders. We must protect the people.
2 cards, please.
Strike fast and strike hard.
If they played a removal spell on something last turn, I would have just invoked. I would have Fateful Absence to get the clue to dig for lands. I want both of those. Wandering Emperor is pretty good against Invoke Despair. It's like one of my ways to deal with it is to just have a Planeswalker and a token. Just throw them in the yard. That's fine. My hand is very clogged with formulas that I need to discover. More Fables and a Mirror Breaker. Just doesn't stop. Really just want to land here. Desperately seeking a land. Just gonna let this thing hit me. It'll put my life total lower so that I can play Sunset Revelry. Step. Exile this. I guess that was not there. So maybe actually we'll just make a deal.
But I'm going. Guards, to me.
Dude.
Keep watch for intruders.
Kind of wondering why I made that dude before I played Sunset Revelry, because that didn't make any sense. I think I'm in fine shape, though. Their deck, probably, their game 1 configuration is not well suited to playing this style of game. It's the sideboard of games where they get to have duress or negate. They're scary.
Back to wandering.
I think I'm just going to let that happen. I think I'm playing farewell. On my turn. And the saga of the Sunset Revelry is over. I'm giving up on it. I'm discarding it. Rusko. The Clockmaker has arrived. guess I don't really want them to have that. I tried to make a good Rusko deck. I couldn't do it. It's like close to being really good, but I think actually it's not particularly good. Ooh. I'm starting to really not like my opponent's chances. Gonna farewell on my turn. Not gonna mess around with letting them have a midnight clock go off. City Stalker Connoisseur. It's not a bad card. Seems like I probably want to have Disdainful Stroke in my deck in this matchup. If they have Invoke Despair, City Stalker Connoisseur, Rusko, and Shieldroid, there's no way they have like 4 Ruskos and like they can't have 4 of all of these 2-drops. Or 4 of all these 4-drops, but they seem to have a lot of 4-drops. See if we've got a plan for how to deal with this thing. We do. So I'll exile it and get into
Finally, I'm home. You're done.
Undersimplify is looking a little bit lackluster at this point. That's some brutality there.
I have got new moves to teach you.
I can't even double Undersimplify and Invoke Despair. I would have to triple Undersimplify it. It's probably not in the cards.
May your blade strike true.
Goodbye, Sunset Revelry. Goodbye, Undersimplify. Actually, goodbye, Depopulate. Definitely never going to cast that one. The Fable of the Mirror Breaker. That is fine. I accept. Why did they play that land? What cards we got in our deck?
Guards, to me!
Doesn't really matter what I get here. Discard a Fragment Reality, I suppose. I have a masked lethal.
Must protect the people.
My army of 2/2s will not be stopped.
Strike fast and strike hard.
So here, I do think I want this Disdainful Stroke. Farewell actually seemed kind of bad against what their deck was doing. Might want one, but I don't want a lot of them. Sunset Revelry also seemed kind of bad. I want these Deluges. Can I have a Negate? Wouldn't be the worst. Like, how am I going to lose? I'm going to lose because they probably make me discard a lot, would be my guess. Maybe I don't even want any farewells. Maybe I just want another negate. The one thing that's nice about farewells, it's a 6-mana card, so it can protect Discover the Formula from City Stalker Connoisseur in my hand. I think I'm gonna try playing more negates. This could be an interesting decision. Do I want to scry for my 3rd land? Or guarantee I have access to these cards next turn? I think I'm going to guarantee I have access to those cards next turn. Especially now that I drew Joint Exploration. Meaning that I can cast something on their turn. If they don't do anything. That will be fine. Sadly, this isn't a white land. It would have been nice to get to double white mana. So I can start firing off these Wandering Emperors at the end of their turn. Force them to interact with me. I could just fire off a Saiba Syphoner, just to let him know what's up. Probably better than discarding. This is getting spell pierced or negated or make disappeared. Guaranteed. Disdainful Stroked, wow. Didn't like that one. Falling behind on mana is going to cause me to lose this game. Almost guaranteed. I suppose if I draw a white land and I get to start firing off these Wandering Emperors and their hand is bad, maybe I could get something going on. I feel like they don't even want to let me potentially hearse back the Syncopate, which doesn't make a ton of sense from their perspective, I think. Need lands. Lands, please. Not even the white land I needed. They had multiple distinct strokes. I haven't seen a spell pierce out of them yet. I haven't seen any targeted discard either. They don't have City Stalker Connoisseur. Okay. That's something. I think I'm getting hit by a hearse here, though. I don't think I could even possibly win this game. Under City Plunder. Yeah, I'll just concede. Didn't really see anything that surprised me and caused me to want to change how I sideboard. I just need to draw more lands and enough white lands to cast my spells. I'm gonna play this on white next turn, I assume. Come on, Broker's Charm. Do I want that? I think it's fine. Nope. I scryed to the top, so they stole my land. They're a land thief. I drew another land. It kind of worked out for me fine. If they Siphon Insight me here, I'm definitely just going to play the Wandering Emperor. Cards like Siphon Insight are one of the reasons matchups like this can be really hard after sideboarding. It's just such an effective card for them. And you just don't, like, without playing black, you just don't get access to cards like this. I wasn't expecting that, the style of deck they're playing would be a very popular deck.
me.
Or at least I wasn't expecting that it would be a very successful deck, so I was hoping if I did well, I wouldn't have to play against it very much. This game is... it's looking okay. Undercity Plunder. I was going to negate that. Tapped land is not what I was hoping to see there. Untapped land would have been
Show them
insane.
how we greet our enemies.
Somebody told me in the comments that there's some way you can tell whether or not you're in the play or the draw based on like the border of Forsaken Crossroads. And while I believe them, I never notice it, so I just knew I was on the play because this is game 3. They're the one who's missing land drops this game. It's nice to be me. Wait a second. How are they missing land drops? We know that they Siphon Insighted a land. Oh, maybe they didn't take a land. They had their choice of 2 cards, and they didn't take the land. They were greedy. Because at one point they Siphon Insighted me, and they could have taken... they took a Disdainful Stroke. Well, that might have been the second card they took.
Keep watch for intruders.
Wandering Emperor's doing a good job of pressuring my life total. I find it very acceptable. Please not a spell here. Thank you. It's weird that they have so many Go for the Throats in their deck. Just gonna take this opportunity to get a Negate back in my hand. Do I want a Disdainful Stroke? I want to negate. The only bad thing that could happen now is if they just tap out and cast City Stalker Connoisseur, it would be unpleasant for me. That's both of those. You know what I should have taken the Syncopate off the first one, and then if this was double land, I would have only taken one of the lands. It was a minor mistake. I don't think it's going to matter. This is like the mirror of game 2, where they just got stuck on 4 lands, and I got to make my land drops and cast my spells, so they're just... you can't come back once you fall behind like this. Both people have counter spells in their deck. Yaldred. All right, round 4. What do you guys think? Is it going to be the 4th black deck in a row? It is, but it's an Esper deck, so we're getting a little bit of variety. Alchemy's a very cool format, but I do think that there's a color imbalance problem right now. It would be nice if they were more proactive in managing it. Ooh, the Juggernaut Peddler. I don't see that guy every day. This is a pretty good card, actually. Because certainly giving me a Juggernaut in my hand is... it's not going to help me in any way. Wish I had an untapped white mana. They're not taking Syncopate. Maybe they have another 2-drop. Usually the style of deck they're playing does not contain 1-drops. I'm going to take the 4 here, and then I'll Fragment Reality the Viconia at the end of their turn if they don't play something I can Syncopate. I want to get the Viconia off the board because it would allow them to exile stuff so I can't get it back with Saiba Syphoner. And they're missing a land drop, which is nice for me. Another game where I don't have double white. I don't have a 4th land, so I think I'll be fine. Will not allow it. No, they have a 4th land. Ugh.
I thought we did
on the
too many.
scary
Give it your
side.
best shot, adventurers.
Fifth land. Yikes.
Don't come any closer. Run away. You'll be safer. We must protect the people. See you later.
Needed to draw a land there.
Seems I have a new rivalry. I love surprises, especially when they help me win.
If I'd drawn a land, I could have gone Juggernaut, Broker's Charm, Natasha. Alright. This is what I needed to have happen, though. As long as I can get the Saiba Syphoners back in my deck, repair all the damage that Tasha did. Kaleem is another really annoying card to deal with. This ain't going great. I will say that. It is not going great. Is it time to play the Juggernaut? I think we can wait a turn on the Juggernaut. It'd be kind of crazy if I managed to win this game. I'm willing to fight on, though.
Overconfident. You're just a
Well, my deck has a lot of lands left in it still, so I just want to make land drops still.
I'm never done for good.
It's here, the Juggernaut. Is my witness the future down here? It is. I'm gonna get that back at the end of their turn, I think. I don't think I'm in danger of getting decked if I do that. I'm going to be casting Farewell now. A little bit of damage in, not bad. Thing's a little scary. Perhaps a little bit more than a little scary. I didn't even really think about syncopating it. Maybe I should have. I want a lot of Wandering Emperors. Should I shuffle the Juggernaut back into my deck so I have a little bit more beatdown going on? I could do it. Wouldn't my Siphoners get exiled if it did? Oh, the Juggernaut got exiled too. I can't shuffle that one back in. Lame. I screwed up. Ugh. But I got another Juggernaut. Okay. I should have put a Depopulate back into my deck. Or I should have syncopated this Lizelle. If I'd syncopated Lizelle, I think I would have actually been in okay shape this game. As it stands now, maybe not okay shape. That's fine.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you. Strike fast and strike hard.
Ooh. That gets me out of this, actually.
Remember your training.
My deck bailing me out from my incompetence. Is one of my Saiba Syphoners exiled from the Juggernaut Peddler? Did that thing exiles? Rude. Where's the Depopulate? I'll get Juggernaut back. I'm not too proud. This has been a really strange game. And by really strange, I mean really strange. Oh, they're about to get a Kaleem too, yikes.
Let your blade do the talking. Our swords will cross again. Fine. I'm home. This is what you get for hurting my people.
What a strange, strange game this has been. I'll be witnessing the future. I just want unlimited wandering emperors, maybe? I feel like I'm under some amount of pressure to do this quickly. Which is why I'm not really taking my
Until
time.
next time, then. We must protect the people.
Oh! I hope everybody is happy they stuck around for that one, because that game was insane. Alright, do I need unlicensed hearse to deal with Kaleem? I usually do. I think I don't need these Sunset Revelries. Maybe, since I have Tasha and Kaleem, maybe I should just have Pithing Needles over the unlicensed hearse? That seems better. Fragment Reality seemed okay. They had 2 drops without 1 drops. The sand is not the stuff dreams are made of. $7 million Pithing Needles. That's what I always wanted. Pithing Needles looked really bad in these games because I keep drawing both of them. It's a card you want to draw 1 of, which you'd think, okay, just put 1 in your deck, but I want to draw it a little bit more often than that. I just don't. Drawing duplicate Pithing Needles is not pleasant. They do have blue mana. Please don't play Diviner of Fates. That card is so broken. Alright, Rafine. Also an exceptionally broken card, but... They discarded Diviner of the Fates. What the hell? How can their hand be good enough that that's the right thing to do? Do they just have all Diviner of Fates? Duressing me. Rude. Oh, I messed up. Should have left the land on top. Maybe not. If they have a counter, this is not going to go well for me. Started another Diviner of Fates. Seems kind of insane. They had it. The final value. Oh, I killed myself. Let's try not to draw 2 Pithing Needles in my opening hand again. Kaleem is just so good against my deck that I feel like I have to do things like play Pithing Needle. Not that I really want to. I wonder why they're playing with this card. Doesn't seem like a very good card. You're not the land I was looking for. Come on. Just naming Viconia. Night Singer's Disciple. That was frustrating. I was a little greedy keeping that one Wandering Emperor, but that was a lot of looks at no land. No, I probably can't win, assuming that they put some amount of counters in their deck. That needed to be a turn where I actually got to do something productive. Assume I'm dead. If you have any... Do I need all spells to kill me?
Run away. You'll be safer.
I need 3 spells to kill me. And they had 3 spells, and there are all the Kaleems. That's what the Pithing Needle was for. The Needle was not to name Viconia Night Singer's Disciple while you're being mana screwed. Alright, that ends my run. Not a great showing. I kind of knew if I didn't put black cards in my deck, it was going to be a little rough. But I did get to play some pretty sweet games, so I hope you enjoyed them. I'll see you next time.